People think 911 operators are untouchable. We sit in a secure building behind bulletproof glass, miles away from the danger. We are the voice in the dark guiding you to safety. But what happens when the voice in the dark calls you? I've been an emergency dispatcher for 6 years. I've heard screams, gunshots, and silence. But the call that haunts me didn't come from a crime scene. It came from the ceiling, directly above my head. It was 3:45 a.m. on a Tuesday, the graveyard shift. The call volume was low, just me and 2 other dispatchers, Mark and Lisa, sitting 5 rows apart. The room was massive and mostly empty. The lights were dimmed to reduce eye strain, casting long shadows across the empty desks. I was sipping cold coffee when my line blinked red. I clicked the mouse. 911, what is your emergency? Silence. Usually, silence means a pocket dial or someone too afraid to speak. 911, I repeated. Can you hear me? Then a whisper. He's looking for me. It was a woman's voice. She sounded terrified. She was whispering so quietly the microphone was barely picking it up. Ma'am, who is looking for you? Are you in danger? The man, she whispered, with the flashlight. Okay, I need your location. What is the address of your emergency? There was a pause, then a rustling sound, like fabric rubbing against metal. I don't know the address, she said. I hid. I ran inside and I hid. I started the trace. The GPS triangulation on landlines is instant, but cell phones can take a minute to get a tight radius. The circle on my map appeared. I frowned. The circle was huge. It covered a 3-mile radius, but the center of the circle was my location, the dispatch center. Ma'am, I'm getting a signal near the industrial park. Can you describe your surroundings? It's dark, she whispered. There are wires and ducts. It smells like dust. Are you inside a building? Yes, I'm in the crawlspace above the ceiling. My skin prickled. Okay, stay quiet. Can you see anything? I can see through the crack, she said. I can see the room below me. It's big. There are computers. I stopped typing. I looked up at the ceiling of the call center. It was a drop ceiling made of those acoustic foam tiles. Ma'am, I said, my voice trembling slightly, what do the computers look like? They are glowing, blue screens. There is a woman sitting there. She has a red sweater and a ponytail. I slowly reached up and touched my hair. I was wearing a ponytail, and I was wearing my favorite red cardigan. She was watching me. I muted my microphone. Mark, I hissed to the dispatcher 3 rows over. Mark looked up, confused. I waved him over frantically. I unmuted. Ma'am, is the man with the flashlight with you? No, he breathed. He's hunting. He's walking on the tiles. I can hear his boots. I looked at the ceiling again. Above row 4, about 20 feet away from me, I saw it. A ceiling tile depressed slightly. Something heavy was moving in the plenum space above our heads. Mark rolled his chair over to me. What's wrong? He whispered. I pointed at the screen where the transcript was typing out. Then I pointed at the ceiling. Mark's face went pale. He grabbed his radio to alert the police officers stationed downstairs in the lobby. I kept the woman talking. Ma'am, listen to me. Police are in the building. We are coming to get you. Where exactly are you? I'm above the woman in red. I'm right above you. Then a new sound came through her phone. Heavy breathing, but it wasn't hers. It was deeper. Found you. A male voice rasped over the line. The woman screamed. Directly above my head, the ceiling tiles exploded downward. Dust and fiberglass rained down on my desk. I rolled my chair back, falling onto the floor. A body fell through the hole in the ceiling and landed on my desk, smashing my monitors. It was a woman. She was wearing dirty clothes, clutching a cell phone. She was bleeding. She scrambled off the desk, coughing. He's up there, she screamed, pointing at the hole. I looked up into the dark gap in the ceiling. A face was looking down at me. It was a man. He was wearing a janitor's uniform. the uniform of the cleaning crew that serviced our building. He was holding a heavy wrench. He locked eyes with me. He smiled. Then he scurried backward into the darkness of the ceiling void like a spider. The doors to the call center burst open. 4 police officers rushed in with guns drawn. "Ceiling!" I screamed. "He's in the ceiling!" They helped the woman up. They cleared the room. It took them 2 hours to flush him out. The ceiling space in that building was massive. It connected the dispatch center, the administrative offices, and the equipment rooms. It was a labyrinth of ducts and wires. They finally cornered him near the HVAC unit on the roof. They identified him. He was the night janitor. He had been working there for 3 months. But here's the twist. The woman who fell through my ceiling, she wasn't a random victim he dragged in from the street. She was his wife. She had been missing for 6 months. Everyone thought she had run away. He had been keeping her up there. When the police searched the crawl space above the call center, they found a nest. He had built a small room behind the air conditioning unit. He had soundproofed it with stolen acoustic tiles so we wouldn't hear her screaming. He kept her directly above the 911 dispatch floor. He fed her scraps from the break room trash. And the reason she finally called 911 is because he fell asleep and left his cell phone near the entrance to the crawl space. She crawled out, grabbed it, and dialed the only number she knew would work without a passcode. She told the police for months she lay up there in the dark, listening to us. She heard us taking calls. She heard us saving people from fires, from burglars, from car accidents. She listened to me saving strangers while she was 6 feet above my head, begging for help in silence. I quit the next day. I can't work in that room. I can't sit in a chair and look at a drop ceiling. Now I work as a gardener. I work outside. Open sky, no ceilings, because I never want to wonder who was walking on the floor above me ever again.